Hello and welcome to our family workshop. In this video, we are demonstrating the process that we use to make different badges or pins or brooches in woods. Now these projects, they are small items, they are delicate. From the outset, one thing that we recommend is when cutting these items out on your scroll saw, if you stack cut them onto a larger piece of wood, it makes them slightly easier to make because you have a larger surface area to hold onto. The first thing that we do is to mark our design onto the wood itself. We are using a combination of PVA glue followed by a water-based PVA solution onto the wood itself and stick the designs down. As we mentioned, we then stack cut the designs onto a larger piece of wood to make the process of cutting out slightly easier. From here, we go across to our pillar drill and we drill out any holes that are required for doing the pierce work afterwards. Because these are small items, we're using our smallest drill bit to drill out the holes because it requires fine cuts and fine detail in our pierce work. Once that is done, we then use the belt sander to sand the back of the project nice and flat, making it easier to cut out. Straight across onto the scroll saw, and the first project that we are focusing our attention on is our butterfly. The two colours that we've got in this design, we're using a piece of olive wood for the top layer, and then below we have stuck this onto a piece of mahogany. Now, unfortunately, when I was actually making these, the olive wood, which I think would have come out the best, it actually broke on me. So unfortunately, I didn't end up with a finished product. But again, it highlights how things sometimes go wrong and you can have issues in the process of making. But the great thing with stack cutting is you have a spare that you can fall back on. So we've done the pierce work, we then cut out the outline and then proceed to cut out the different projects. So we've got a simple flower design like a daisy shape. We then have a love spoon, something that keeps us busy, the love spoon tradition, but we often don't have time to share it in our videos nowadays. And then a poppy shape, which again we're cutting out in olive wood and mahogany, and a Tudor rose. So a lot of different flower designs in this demonstration, and also our butterfly and love spoon. So with the exception of the butterfly, all of the other projects are without any pierce work. So we cut that outline and then proceed across to do the hand carving. So this is where the combination of hand carving skills and scroll sawing together can work quite well. When we're doing our love spoon, one little thing that we've added, we're actually sticking two contrasting coloured pieces of wood together. This gives extra interest and character in the carving itself. We got a light layer, piece of oak on the top, and a darker layer in the background, a piece of mahogany that we have stuck together. We add detail to our poppy by creating the different petals, and the butterfly we add extra character to by separating the wings and the body of the butterfly. The Tudor rose is probably the carving that we will spend the most time on. So we're creating almost like an inner flower shape, outer flower shape, and then you have those 5 points on the exterior. In many of our demonstrations, Starbond superglue has become a bit of a feature. In this example, we are using that black superglue to fill in the holes, adding extra detail to this item. You can see we put it on top of a piece of paper. Reason we've done this is because those holes are drilled right through. By putting the paper underneath, the superglue sticks to the piece of paper, fills the holes, and once it is set, you take it across to the belt sander and sand the piece of paper off the back of the design, saving fuss and mess and making the job slightly easier. Once again, we can use that Starbond superglue, add a little bit of superglue to a pin, add the accelerant to the back of the item, and superglue those little pins on there for creating our badges, pins, or brooches. Another little tip is to superglue those badge pins to the wooden item before you put the shellac on, because once you put the shellac on, it's more difficult to get a good bind between the metal pin and the wooden item. So always add your pin before adding your shellac sanding sealer. 3 coats of shellac sanding sealer, rubbing it down in between each coat, applying it in the direction of the grain, and then a finishing coat of linseed oil mixed with beeswax. So there you go. That is the process of making pins, badges, brooches. Let us know in the comment section which one of those projects is your favorite and which one you plan on having a go at making. If you like any of those and you want to have a go at making them yourself, don't forget you can get the designs on our website, so check them out and feel free to use them. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you know when we upload another video. And as always, thank you again for watching.